Right. For today's class, we're going to do a lot of chest opening and back bending. So make sure you have blocks nearby, especially if you feel like deep back bending is too much for you. You might want to come into some supported bridge pose as substitute. We'll also do some binding today, but a strap is not required because if like connection between your hand and your ankle is not happening, it is totally fine. Let me see. Sorry, I just jumped from the meeting, so I need to think what I was gonna teach. Oh, right, yeah, come down to your back. And as I was mentioning, once you come down to the back, you can, there are a couple of ways to start today's class. You can slide the blocks underneath the sit bones and just to stay in a supported bridge pose with the chest opening. You can also bring the block to the medium height or lowest height behind you. And another one, medium height or lowest height. And the first block is gonna rest underneath the lower part of your shoulder blades. Then you can rest the head on the second block. Just let your hand stretch out. Supported fish pose. You're opening the same area as in a supported bridge pose with a little bit more focus on the chest. If you don't have the blocks and you still would like to do the same thing, you can come down onto the back, bring the palms facing down, and bring the hands underneath your hips. And arms underneath your back. You can stay here. You can also press into your elbows, which is gonna press your chest toward the sky into a fish pose. Rest onto the back of the skull. Press strongly into the palms and the elbows. Any one of those shapes you decide to stay in, just start let your breath slowing down a little bit, especially if you just come from a busy place as well. If in the foolish fish pose does not allow to let that kind of slowing down happen for you, you can come down into just straighten your arms again and just stay there. We're just warming up, opening the chest, opening the shoulders. Pay attention to each inhale you're receiving. And with each exhale, what are you transmitting out of your body? Whichever opening shape you decide to stay, finish one more round. And start slowly come all the way down to your back. Release the arms. Draw the left knee into the chest. Keep your right leg straight. Roll around that left ankle. Flex and stretch it. Then with the guide of your right hand, draw your left knee to the right side. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. Extend your left arm all the way along to the left side. If keeping the left shoulder on the ground means your left knee cannot go all the way down to the ground, to slide a block or something that underneath your left knee to catch that. Keep your gaze focused. Perhaps eyes still closed. And start thinking about how you can receive information through this practice, instead of just letting everything around you rushing into the head. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale, come to center. And straighten your left leg. Draw the right knee into the chest. Roll around the ankle. Take your time to wake up those body parts that you don't usually pay attention to. And once you're ready, use the left hand to guide your right knee to the left side. Extend your right arm long. Keep your right shoulder on the ground, which means your right knee might be off from the ground as well. If that's the case, slide a block or something supportive underneath your right knee. Your eyes still closed or focusing on a spot. If your eyes are closed, imagining your gaze still all the way along the right arm, far toward the right side of you. In which each exhale, think about how you are transmitting the message you'd like to transmit out of you. Inhale, breathe into the right shoulder. Now exhale, sending it all the way to the right fingertips. Come to center. Draw the feet close to the sit bones. Clasp the hands underneath your hips and press the pelvis all the way to the sky into a bridge pose. Roll up onto the shoulders. Press firmly into the soles of the feet. Stretch the front of the thigh bones toward the sky. If this active bridge pose blocking you from observing the process of reception and transmission happening around you, slide the block underneath your hips. You can come back into a supported bridge pose. But if you like to, take a deep inhale, press the pelvis up toward the sky. Imagine you clench a block in between the thigh bones. Next, so release your upper back, your low back, your tailbone down. Just for a hot second, inhale, reach your tailbones up. Your mid back, your upper back. Engage the back of the legs. Exhale, start release everything down to the ground. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, roll everything down. Continue a couple rounds on your own. Use this chance to, I'll be quiet for a couple moments. Use this chance of no reception to see how you're transmitting message within you and outside of you. After next round of long breath, and start slowly release everything down. Tuck the knees into the chest, rock side to side. And any ways you like to, come up onto a table pose. And table, take your time to adjust your hands and knees. Move in between cow and cat as you like. As much as the cues that I've been giving, it is totally up to you how you'd like to receive it and how would you like to act based on it. When you're ready, come back to neutral. Extend the left leg long, rock back and forth, waking up the back of the left leg. Shift the weight around the palms. Option to stay here, option to pull your left leg, left heel towards you and press the left heel toward the sky. Hugging the inner thighs toward the midline. You can come up onto the fingertips of the right hand just to play around. And if that's okay for you, you can even extend your right arm forward or to the side. Imagine there's a block on the sole of your left foot and just trying to keep this stable. Option to stay here, option to reach your right hand toward the back and grab the left ankle. Kick the left foot away from you which creates a little bit back bend. Keep hugging the left knee towards the midline instead of splitting it open. And exhale, carefully release the bind if you have it. And release your right hand down. Release your left foot down. Spin out your right shin. Inhale, left arm up, supported side plank. Release your right shoulder away from the right ear. Extend your left ear away from your left shoulder away from the left ear by reaching the left hand toward the sky. And use a push into the right hand to support yourself. Come all the way up into a gauge. Take a deep inhale, engage, and exhale, reverse in the skate pose. Press into the left foot. Deep inhale, reaching through the right fingertips. And exhale, cartwheel your right hand back into the ground. And this time, perhaps lift up your left foot. Option to stay here, option to pull your left heel toward the left sit bone. Perhaps grab the left ankle with your left hand and kick the left ankle away from you. So we're creating this back bend and on a different side of the back right now. Take a deep inhale. Kick the left knee, left ankle away from you. And exhale, so slowly release the bind. And draw that left knee close to the chest and step the left foot to the front. Find the blocks if you have them. Stay in this low lunge. Option to bring the hands on top of the left thigh. Take a deep inhale, open the chest, spread the collarbones. Now exhale, pin your left hip back, straighten the left leg. We can only do it one time today. So we're gonna move through some rounds of long cycle breath here. Press into the left heel. Press the left toes towards you. Bend back into the left leg. Lift your back knee up. Step your right foot lightly forward. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, keep the sit bone low. Bring the arms by the ears, foot Konasana chair pose. And exhale, come all the way up. Hand to your heart center. Close eyes for a moment. Shift weight around the corners of the feet. Observe what you are still receiving and what you're still transmitting. Bring the arms toward the sky. Left hand grab the right ankle wrist and side bend to the left side. We'll stay here one round of long breath. Press firmly into the right foot. Then exhale, come back to center. We'll switch side. Right hand grab the left wrist, side bend to the right. Hugging your left outer hip in. Press strongly through the left foot. The left side body grow. Exhale, come back to center. Find some mini back bend in the standing. Just shake your head, shake your neck, side to side. Now exhale, start slowly fold over to the front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step left and right into a high plank. Release the knees down. Instead of chaturanga, we're gonna bring the hands behind your feet and puff the chest up. Option to press the pelvis up as well. Keep hugging the knees towards each other. And release the hips back to the heels. Hands down, back into a table. Move through some cow and cat one more time. And when you're ready, step the right foot toward the back and rock back and forth. See what sensations of the hamstrings you're receiving. Once you're ready, you can stay here in stillness. You can also bend your right leg, press the right heel toward the sky. Imagine there is a tennis ball behind your right knee and you're squeezing into it. Keep hugging the inner thighs toward the midline. Find a steady point that you can focus on so you can better receiving the following cues. Option 2, remember it's an option. Extend the left arm forward. Option 2, bring it to the side. Option 2, reach it toward the right ankle. Perhaps create a bind. If you created a bind, kick the right foot away from you. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale. Press firmly into the right hand. And exhale, carefully, breathe slowly, release the bind. Release the left hand down. Release the right foot. Spin out your left shin. Extend your right arm up. Move both shoulders away from the ears. And imagine your left arm is like a spring. You press into the left hand and use the resistance to press yourself all the way up into a gate pose. Take a deep inhale, stretch through both hands. And exhale, side bend to the right hand, rest on the right leg. Inhale, reaching through the left hand. Exhale, cover your left hand back to the ground. Perhaps float up your right foot this time. Extend your right arm by the right ear. Let the right side body grow. If you like to create some back bend here, option 2, pull your right heel into your right sit bone. Option 2, grab back with the right hand and kick the right ankle away from you. And carefully release it if you have the bind. And draw your right knee into the chest. Step your right foot forward. Find the blocks. Help yourself find low lunge. Spread the collarbones. Hugging the thigh bones toward the midline. Take a deep inhale. Now exhale, straighten the right leg. Pin your right hip back. Press strongly through the right heel. And what are you receiving from the back of the right leg this time? The same kind of sensation, just stronger, weaker. And what you're transmitting to the rest of the body based on that. Are you clenching your jaws? Are you clenching your face? Bend into the right leg. And step your left foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. Keep your hips down. Bring the arms up by the ears. And this time we'll bring one round of long breath here. And rise all the way up. Next, exhale, hands to heart center. Bring yourself back into that intentional Tadasana. And once you're ready to move again, extend the arms out. You can do the same side bend. You can also bend the right elbow behind you. Left hand grab the right elbow. Then side bend to the left. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, come back to center, switch side. Bend your left arm. Right hand grab your left elbow. Side bend to the right. Keep hugging your both outer hips in. And come back to center. Bring the hands above you. Find some baby back bend. And shake the head side to side. And exhale, bow forward. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step right and left foot toward the back. And release the knees down. Sit onto the heels. Hands behind you. Puff the chest up. With or without the hips pressed toward the sky. Release the hips down. And come back into a table. Bring the hands, one handprint forward. Tuck your toes. And lift your tailbones up into Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We've done some hamstring stretch today. But if you still need more awakening in the back of the legs, feel free to take your time to pedal through one leg and another. Or rock forward into a high plank and come back. Otherwise, find your stillness in the downward facing dog. On the bottom of the next exhale, step by step or half forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sit into chair with Uttanasana. Exhale, come all the way up. Hand to heart center. We'll flow through some Surya Namaskar B today. If you like to go through other kind of salute, please go for it. Otherwise, inhale, sit into chair. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step left and right. And so traditional vinyasa, we release our knees down and sit onto the heels. Hands behind you, puff the chest up. Press the pelvis up. Release down. Come into a table first, then press into downward facing dog. Step left foot to the left hand. Spin down your right heel. Your right toe is about 45 to 60 degrees to the right side. Bend into the left leg. Bring the arms by the ears. Right all the way up. Press firmly into the pinky edge of the right foot. Warrior one. Lift up to the side of the waist. Exhale, curl both hands down. Step your left foot back. Release your knees down unless you really want to go to traditional vinyasa. Find your baby camel. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the right thumb. Spin down your left heel. Bend into the right leg. press into the pinky edge of the left foot. Bring the arms by the ears. Rise all the way up, warrior one. Turn your pelvis toward the front. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back. Release the knees down. Sit your hips back. Back bend of your choice. And we'll meet in downward facing dogs for 3 to 5 rounds of breath. In the fourth season, which in Ayurvedic culture is often associated with Vata, which means like you tend to move more, you want to do more. With neglection of your body also needs to rest. So use this kind of quiet moment to give yourself that. If downward facing dog does not give you that, you can come down into child pose or table pose. The bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a half fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Now exhale, fold over the legs. Sit into the chair. Rise all the way up. Hand to heart center. Float 2 more rounds on your own. So you can practice in your own personal space. As usual, you can substitute any of the postures to someone that serves the purpose for yourself better. Whatever kind of salute you decide to go with, make sure that at the end of that flow, you give yourself enough time. Give yourself that kind of quietness so you can observe reception and transmission happening around you. Can be an unexpected phone call, text message, some machine in the house, other noises. And what you're transmitting back into the environment you're in. If you're still flowing, take your time. If you arrived at the front of the mat already, close the eyes and come into the intentional Tadasana again. And use a moment to think about doing your quiet free flow. How was your reception and transmission? Because we also want to think about how we want to receive and transmit. Think about a time that when you're eating the same food, but one time you focus on the food without disturbance. Another time you might be watching something or you might be having a conversation in a loud environment. The food will taste different to you. And think about the one time that you're trying to send a message to the person. Same message, it can be transmitted in one way versus the other way that the other time that you might have so many other things on your plate that distract you from sending that message properly. Once you're ready, come out of that Tadasana, slowly blink open the eyes. And shift weight onto the right foot, tugging the right outer hip in. Bend your left leg. Grab the left ankle with the left hand. Option to grab that left ankle with both hands. Keep hugging your thigh bones towards each other. Then start slow release the bind and step your left foot to the back. Both arms up and to a high lunge. Bend your left elbow. Grab the left elbow with your right hand. Side bend to the right side. Hugging the right leg toward the midline so you stay stable. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Release both arms. Bring both of them to the back. Clasp the hands, left the pinky outside. Reach down through the hands. Puff the chest up. Take a deep inhale. Imagine your chest like a balloon floating up. Next, start slowly. Lean your chest forward. And start gradually release it inside of the right leg. If staying on the ball of your left foot too risky for you, you can spin down your left heel just like a warrior one stance, humble warrior. Keep hugging the right outer hip in. Release both hands on the ground. Find the blocks if you have them. Walk your hands with the blocks to the left side and all the way to the back of the mat. Release your right knee down into a low lunge. So you can float from low lunge into a half split as we usually do here. You can also lift your back knee up from the runner's lunge and float into a pyramid pose. Move with the pace of your breath. The pace that allows you to better receive and transmit. Next time when you bend into your left leg again, right hand on the block or on the ground, left hand up, twisting to the left side. Option to stay here, option to pull your right heel into your sit bone, then release it down. Do it a couple more times. Then release your left hand down, find the blocks, walk them with you to the right side. Then turn yourself back to the front of the mat into a high lunge. Adjust the height of the blocks, perhaps the highest height. And lunge into the right leg, lift your left leg up. Support your warrior 3. Point your left toes toward the ground. Lower your left hip to the same level with your right, hugging your right outer hip in. Reaching through the crown of the head toward the front. And start slowly lower down your left foot. You can shake the leg, you can step your right foot back and roll around that right ankle. I'm going to do the other side. Step firmly into the left foot. Bend your right foot. Grab the right ankle with the right hand. Right knee by the side of the left knee. Option to stay here. Option to grab the ankle with the left hand as well. Let the chest open. Hugging the left outer hip in. Are you losing focus? Are you adding more noises to your reception and transmission? And start slowly release the bind if you have them. And step that right foot all the way back. Arms up into high lunge. Bend the right elbow. Left hand grab the right elbow. Side bend to the left side. Hugging the bent left knee toward the midline. And come all the way up. Open the arms. Clasp the hands with the right pinky outside this time. Reach the hands toward the ground. Balloon the chest toward the sky. Take a deep inhale. Press your collarbones up. And exhale, start slowly. Release your chest to be inside of the left leg. You can spin down your back heel or humble warrior. Let the back of the left leg bear the weight of you. Push firmly into the right foot. Release both hands down. Walk the blocks to the right side with you. Then walk yourself to the back side of the mat. Release your left knee down. You can move to low lunge and half split here. You can also come up onto the low runner's lunge. And move in between from there to pyramid pose. Straighten both legs. Either flow is getting your legs familiar with being strengthened and stretched. Release your left knee down, raise your left hand down, and right hand up into a simple twist. Imagine there's a tennis ball behind your left knee and you squeeze your left heel into the sit bone. and start slowly release it. And release the right hand down. Walk the blocks back to the front with you. Adjust the height of the blocks. Step into your left foot. Float up your right leg. Reaching long through the spine to the front. Support your warrior three. Release the right foot down. So shake the legs. You can also step left foot back and roll around the left ankle. Come back to center. And standing on the right leg again. Bend your left leg. Grab the left ankle with the left hand. This time extend the right arm by the right ear. Kick the left foot away from you. If you like, you can adjust the hand to be inside of the left ankle. Once the left foot kicks far away from you, you can start slowly release your chest toward the front into a dancer. Keep hugging the left knee toward the midline. Next, I'll start slowly come back up. Step the left foot toward the back. Both arms up. Bend the left elbow. Grab the left elbow with the right hand. Option to be like that. Option to extend the right hand back. Flip your right palm. And walk your right hand up toward the back. And to your hand, maybe or may not, they meet with each other into a cow face arms. Keep bending into the right leg and side bend to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Pop the chest up toward the sky. Any of this moment you like to release your cow face arm, feel free to. Otherwise, keep the bind. And start slowly release the chest down toward the right knee. And release the bind if you haven't done so. Walk the blocks away to the left side. Parallel the feet, fold over the legs. And walk yourself to the back of the mat. Inhale, bend into the left leg, runner's lunge. And exhale, step the right foot slightly in and fold over the legs, pyramid pose. And bend back into the left leg again. Release your right knee down. Fold your mat, the right side of the mat, in a couple of times, especially if you have a thin mat. Right hand down, left hand up, into a simple twist. Option to stay here. Option to try the pulse of the right knee again. Option to pull the right leg toward the right sit bone. Reach back with the left hand and create a bind. Roll your left chest open. Release the right ear away, right shoulder away from the right ear. And use the left arm, pull the left shoulder away from the left ear. By kicking the right foot away from you. Gaze on the ceiling. And carefully release the bind. Find the blocks And walk yourself back to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back, left foot to the front, and step your right foot back. Adjust the height of the blocks and launch yourself into a warrior three with support. Option to stay here. Option to pull your right heel in, grab the right ankle with the left hand, and kick that right knee away from you. Option to stay in this warrior three with a bend. Option to float up the right hand as well. And perhaps grab the right ankle with both hands. Standing strong on the left foot. And start slowly release everything down. Roll around the left ankle. When you're ready, we'll come to the other side. Standing strong on the left foot. Pull the right foot, close the right sit bone, grab the right ankle with the right hand. Extend the left arm long by the left ear. And kick that right foot away from you first. Then you can start slowly leaning the chest toward the front. Into dancer. Start come back up. And step that right foot back into a high lunge. Bend the right elbow. Grab the right elbow with the left hand. Option to extend the left arm long and create cow face arms with the left hand on the back, perhaps hands meet. And side bend to the left side. Inhale, come back up. Take another deep inhale, puff the chest up. And exhale, fold your chest down into the left leg. Humble warrior. Release both hands down, walk the blocks with you to the right side, parallel the feet, and fold the legs briefly. Walk yourself to the back of the mat. Release your left knee down. Actually straighten both legs, step your left foot back in. Inhale. And exhale, fold into that pyramid pose. Straighten both legs. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Bend into the right leg. Release your left knee down. Fold your left side of the mat in a couple of times. Left hand down, right hand up. Simple twist. Option to stay here. Option to pull your left heel in a couple of times. Option to pull the left heel in. Grab the left ankle with the right hand. Roll your right chest open toward the sky. Kick the left foot away from you. Pull the right shoulder away from the right ear. Press into the left hand. Release the left shoulder away from the left ear. Carefully release the bind. Walk yourself back to the left side. And all the way to the front of the mat. Step your right foot forward. And step your left foot back. Adjust the height of the blocks. Step yourself into a warrior 3 with support. Option to stay here. Option to pull your left heel in and grab the left ankle with the right hand. Option 2, bring the left hand back as well. Standing strong to the right leg. It is difficult pose, so it's okay to be wobbly. Use a kick away of the left foot to drag your shoulders away from the ear. Start slowly. Come out and roll around that right ankle. If you have a blocks, find the blocks and stack them to each other. Come lower all the way down into a squat with the knees not open. If you don't have squat, you can find some, a stool or some heavy books. And we're gonna practice Kapalabhati, the skull shine breath here. But if you're pregnant or if you have suffered from abdominal pain in the past, you can stay in Ujjayi breath here. Otherwise, bring the hands, create a basket with the hands. Bring the basket in front of the navel. Take a deep inhale, just let the navel rise into the hand. Next, draw the navel away from the hand. Take a half inhale. And exhale, snap it away from the hands. Let's do one more time, half inhale. Rise the navel toward the hand. And exhale, snap it out. So draw your navel away from the hands quickly. A couple times. And because when you do it naturally and quickly, every time when you snap it out, the air will naturally come into you. So every time when you feel reach the halfway, then snap it out right away. So we'll be connected with each cycle. And we'll do it together. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Halfway in and begin. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let everything out. And when we do it one more time, you choose to keep the basket above your navel so you can get a better idea. You can also bring the arms by the ears, fist to your hands, release the big thumbs and break the thumbs facing toward the back. Take a deep inhale and exhale all the way out. Halfway in, and let's begin. Four, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. And exhale, everything out. And slowly blink, open the eyes if your eyes are closed. And we'll come down to our back. Keep the blocks nearby in case you need them, so you don't have to roll up again. Bring the heels close to your sit bones. So there are just as many options as we had at the beginning of the practice. You can bring the hands out of the hips and come into a fish pose. You can slide the blocks underneath the sit bones for a supported bridge pose. You can also come into an active bridge pose. Another thing, if you like to try, and which we're mostly ready for, is wheel pose. So if you like to try it, and if you've never done it, roll over to watch me demo first. So you start with basic as bridge pose. Then bring the hands behind the shoulders, hugging the elbows towards each other. Lift your tailbones up. Push your pelvis toward the sky. Come up onto the crown of the head first. You can stay here, this is enough. If you like to, press into the hands, lift your chest up, then press your chest toward the front, which is in this case, it's actually the back of the space. So press the chest towards the direction of the hands. Standing strongly into the feet. Imagine you're still having that block in between the thigh bones to climb down. And to come out, tuck your chin toward the chest first. Release the crown of the head onto the ground. Then release your pelvis down. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Wheel pose. So your choice. You can try the fish pose, supported bridge pose, active bridge pose. You can also give wheel pose a try. Whichever you choose, stay there for 3 to 5 rounds of breath. Whichever back bending you decide to go with. Once you come back down, extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee into the chest. Push your low back into the ground. Pull the navel towards the spine. So you're neutralizing your spine after back bend. Pull the right knee into the chest, extend left leg long. Pull the navel toward the spine and push that tailbone, your low back into the ground. And we'll switch side. Option to lift your shoulder blades away from the ground. Option to release your hands by the side. Option to bring the hands behind you for support of the neck. And if you like to add some twist, you can touch the opposite knee with the opposite elbow. Three more times on each side. And hug the knees into the chest. Roll around on the back. Draw the knees into the armpits. Grab the outer edge of the feet with the hands. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Press the tailbone toward the ground. And if you have any other postures you have in mind for practice today, ideally something symmetric and spine neutralizing. And once you're ready, spread the legs, spread the arms out for Shavasana. Add any props that you'd like to make this Shavasana a better space for you to receive the efforts after practice. Can be a blanket over the pelvis, making it more grounding. Can be a pillow under the head, making it more supportive. knowing that you don't have to rush to anywhere after this. If you like to come out, start wiggling your toes and fingertips. And roll onto one side of your choice and pause for a moment. As a bridge to serve your practice on the mat and your life off the mat, use that space to think about, after you walked off the mat, what would you like to receive and how would you like to receive the message from others? And same thing goes to transmission. What would you like to transmit to others, those beings around you? And how would you like to transmit those messages? But also keep that in mind that a really well-intentioned transmission might not received as the way you'd like others to receive. And with the thoughts in your mind, carefully navigate yourself into a comfortable seat. If it's a resonate gesture for you, get the hands in front of the heart. And bow the head toward the heart. When you're ready, slowly blink open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. As usual, if you have any feedback or question, feel free to turn on the camera and unmute yourself.